People are beginning to realise that we need to be sustainable in everything we do, and energy has a big consequence attached to it, and therefore that's why the sustainability agenda is creeping up with investors, shareholders, and therefore business.
What opportunities do you see renewable technologies offering a business?
It's gradually gathering momentum. Business has been fairly reluctant to take the plunge into renewables, and it's like any new technology. It needs to get established, it needs to be proved, it needs to be cost effective. Renewables also is against traditional fossil fuel technologies, and quite often the costs do not stack up as well against the original fossil fuel technologies. Most of those are already subsidised, heavily subsidised, so when you're looking at renewables there needs to be a level playing field to make sure that instead of a 10-15 year payback for a renewable boiler, we're looking at something that's on a par with an existing technology.
And where does PV sit in that technology?
PV is really a nice to have, and it sort of came in on buildings in a small way, really, about, oh well, let's have a little bit of green on our building, let's put some PV on there. It's a token gesture on there. It's got to the stage now where PV, after the problems we had with the feed-in tariff and domestics, that PV is springing up everywhere. You only need to be on a train journey up north and you'll see it on massive arrays in fields, farmers' roofs, everywhere, and that's a great thing. PV has come of age.
And in your opinion, how will ESOS alter the business case for the integration of renewables?
ESOS is a nice piece of legislation at the moment. I'm hoping that it's not going to get watered down. ESOS allows people and encourages people like myself to get invited into businesses to look at areas of efficiency, energy efficiency. We hear the big word energy efficiency as one of the major ways that we're going to sort of go into the next century. There are great opportunities there with energy efficiency. ESOS, the Energy Savings Opportunity Scheme, as I say, allows people like myself to go in, look in the plant rooms, look at the areas of waste and try and minimise those areas of waste or eliminate them totally. And everywhere where I've been so far on ESOS, I see huge areas of waste and great opportunities, especially around renewables.
And including PV?
And PV, yeah.
So once companies had their ESOS done and they've had the advice, what are the barriers for them actually following through and installing and deploying renewables?
I'm finding that when I'm going around talking to people and suggesting opportunities, that the technology barriers are sort of creeping up. We've never used this before, it's complicated. What if the company goes bust? What about the software? Who's going to maintain that? They're all issues that happen with established technology, but I think the technology that we've got here, I think we're in the industrial revolution of the third age, I think, at the moment, and that's really to do with energy and what we're doing with energy, where energy is coming from. If you think about solar, there's enough energy coming from the sun every day to more than satisfy all our needs. It's just how we adapt, how we collect that data. And in the original industrial revolution, they looked around for the nearest fuel and it was coal on the ground. That was the easiest, simplest thing. They didn't have the technology to actually do anything further than that. Now we've got the technology to grab that energy from the sun.
And from your experience in the companies that you're speaking to, is it the reduction of carbon emissions or the sort of money and the savings that are the main drivers for them?
I would say that an equal measure of those. Some really are looking for carbon reduction, and that's around your CR reporting, telling your shareholders, looking at risks coming up for the future and sustainability. Others are just trying to survive, and it's, reduce our energy bills. The bottom line is the most important thing.
So what single piece of advice would you give to a company looking to actively reduce their emissions?
If they're a large enterprise, I'd say get an ESOS survey done straight away. They have to be done by the 5th of December 2015, and coming out of that survey you will get people like myself come and have a look at your opportunities, at the opportunities in your business to reduce your energy consumption. Reduce energy consumption reduces carbon consumption. It all is a sustainable way forward.
And you will be speaking at the Energy Managers Forum at Large Scale Solar in Bristol. What are you most looking forward to about having everybody in the room together?
I'm looking forward to the questions because on every ESOS survey so far in different sectors, I'm finding questions that I never even thought would come up about, oh, what about this fuel, what about that? And I'm sure there'll be some real interesting ones come out of the forum that if I can't answer on the day, then I'll have to take away and come back.